One of the hardest things about having a career in learning and development is understanding the different roles and where you might fit in. Now, imagine that you had a treasure map that allows you to see your future career path in L&D laid right in front of you. Wouldn't that be nice? Hello and welcome to the L&D Academy's channel. My name is Irina, and I've had the amazing opportunity to try on almost every possible L&D role that you can think of. So today, I'll be drawing the map of a learning and development department. But first, what is L&D and what exactly does it do? Well, simply put, we analyze the learning needs of the employees and the organization. We design learning activities to help meet those needs. Think training, coaching, onboarding, and so on. We deliver those interventions and then we evaluate how successful we've been. This is what's usually called the L&D cycle. Now, you might wonder, where does L&D fit in an organization? And the answer is in a number of different ways. Most often, it's part of the HR department. Another approach is to split L&D across HR and specific business unit, or even place it entirely within one department, like customer support or IT, focusing solely on the needs of that team. For smaller companies, L&D might just be one of the many hats an HR generalist wears without forming a separate team. Now, each setup has its unique vibe and depends on what the company needs most at that time. All right, let's dive into our L&D map. Now, you can see it's split into 4 cool bands, kind of like levels in a video game, each with its own set of roles. Just a very quick heads up, running an L&D department takes a village, and sometimes this village will be large and made up of 5, 10, maybe even 20 people. And sometimes that village will be a single person who needs to wear many different hats, which is what I've been doing for a majority of my professional career. Also, remember that different organizations might use different names for these roles, so consider this as a general overview of the L&D landscape rather than a strict blueprint. Let's take a look at these bands and see where you might fit in. First up, we have the support band. This is where everything gets rolling. First, you have the L&D administrator or coordinator. They manage the team's finance, procurement, budgeting, and other administrative tasks, as well as the learning management system to ensure smooth delivery of all L&D activities. Then there is the technical writer. Their main responsibility is to develop clear and concise technical documentation for learning purposes. Think manuals, job aids, self-paced guides, and so on. Another support role is that of the video editor or producer. As you might imagine, they are responsible for creating and editing videos to support any learning content. The learning measurement analyst analyzes data to measure the impact of L&D initiatives on its employees, managers, and overall the organization. You might also have a community manager. This role takes care of community-related things, focusing on engaging collaboration and knowledge sharing among employees. Some L&D teams enlist the help of an internal communications manager to oversee all messaging for company-wide L&D initiatives. For instance, let's say that you're launching a leadership development program. Now, this role will help you promote it to the appropriate audience. Right place at the right time sort of situation. One of my favorite roles is that of the UX/UI designer. Their responsibility is to design user-friendly interface for the learning platform and any learning materials the team uses. Think PowerPoint, job aids, posters, email banners, and so on. This role very closely resembles and works with the graphic designer. This is the magician who can turn any boring document into a piece of art through images and graphics that enhance the learning transfer. Finally, you might also have a dedicated animator or motion graphic designer. They're the people who create engaging visual content or animations to enhance the learning, kind of like what you see on your screen right now. In the support band, you'll find the people who make sure everything in L&D runs smoothly, supporting the whole department like a well-oiled machine. However, they're usually not directly involved in the design or the delivery of any learning interventions. For that, we need to move up to the specialist band. This is where things get spicy. If you're here, you're deep in the action. These pros take all the plans and make them happen, delivering the actual learning experiences that help everyone in the company grow. So, who do we have here? Well, first of all, the L&D specialist or expert. These guys are the one who roll up their sleeves and get dirty, meaning if someone in the organization wants to learn or develop, they analyze the root cause of their problems, they design and deliver the right learning solutions, and then do a follow-up to evaluate how well they've done. By the way, at each of these steps, the support roles are invaluable. They can take care of the admin stuff so that the L&D expert can focus on the most strategically important bits and pieces. So who else is in this band? You have the corporate trainer, who specializes in delivering training programs within that organization. You also have the facilitator, who helps guide any group through an effective learning process. For example, any sort of team strategy meetings or problem-solving sessions can use a facilitator who guides the discussion and makes sure that everyone sticks to the agenda and gets the results that they want to get. Another very popular role is that of the instructional designer or e-learning developer. As the title suggests, they design online educational modules, aka e-learning. One more very interesting role to mention here is that of the L&D business partner. Let's say that the company wants to take a new strategic direction, maybe launch a new product or enter a new market. The L&D business partner will be there to help everyone involved learn and develop the competencies needed to make that a reality. In other words, the BP aligns L&D strategies with the business goals. Some L&D departments will have a role that specializes in a particular area, like leadership development, team development, or onboarding. These roles have extensive expertise in their area and can support or even drive L&D efforts in those areas. There is also the role of a coach. We have a dedicated video on the topic, so make sure to check it out. The link is at all the usual places. Another role you might find in the L&D department is that of the content strategist. They plan and execute content strategy to meet learning objectives. For example, the content strategist will collaborate with instructional designers to ensure the content is engaging and educational. They'll also work with the graphic designers to maintain visual consistency across all materials, making sure that everything from PowerPoint slides to e-learning interfaces align with the company's branding and the program's themes. Additionally, they will coordinate with the video production team to create impactful and cohesive training videos that reinforce key points within that program. Throughout any project, the content strategist ensures that every piece of content serves the overall learning objectives and maintains a cohesive educational experience. Another very interesting role is the learning transfer agent, which basically ensures that learning is being effectively applied back on the job. In the last few years, another very popular role emerged, that of the learning experience designer. This is someone who designs immersive and effective learning experiences. So instead of employees attending yet another boring lecture type training, they're immersed in an unforgettable experience that helps them solve real-world challenges back on the job. Finally, some teams may have a role dedicated to technology. That's where the L&D technology lead shines. This role, as you'd imagine, guides the adoption and use of learning technologies. Stepping up on our L&D map, we split the landscape into two strategic bands. In the management band, the focus is on the nitty-gritty of operations and people. This is where project and people managers thrive, orchestrating the day-to-day activities that keep the learning engine running. They're the ones ensuring that training sessions are scheduled, resources are allocated, and all the gears of the learning machine mesh seamlessly together. It's about making sure things happen on time and to plan. The roles you will most commonly find here are those of the L&D team leader or manager, who deal primarily with managing the people within the L&D team. Then there is the learning operations manager, who oversees the operational aspects of the L&D function. Think streamlining scheduling processes for multiple training programs to avoid conflict, or negotiating with software providers for better rates on new e-learning tools, or analyzing budget reports to identify cost-saving opportunities without compromising the quality of the learning offering, and so on. Another role that resides in the management band is the learning solutions architect. And the fancy-sounding title comes with fancy-sounding responsibilities that usually boil down to designing comprehensive learning solutions to meet organizational needs, like a multi-year learning strategy that incorporates e-learning, instructor-led training, and informal learning opportunities, to mention just a few. All of those for the purpose of supporting the company's growth objectives and adapting to future changes in the industry. Another interesting role worth mentioning here is the Special Projects Manager. This would be someone who manages unique L&D projects with specific goals. For example, they might oversee the rollout of a new leadership program tailored for mid-level managers, coordinating between content creators, facilitators, and external consultants to ensure the program is aligned with the company's strategic leadership competencies and also delivered within a set time frame and also evaluated for effectiveness against predefined metrics. Finally, an interesting role that I must include in this band is the Special Program Manager. This is very similar to the project management role, but usually only focuses on a single L&D program rather than coordinating multiple projects. Finally, rising above the operational fray, we reach the leadership band. This layer is where the grand vision for L&D is crafted and curated. Occupied by the top echelons like the chief learning officers, L&D directors, and heads of L&D, this band is all about setting the strategic direction for learning initiatives. Leaders here are not just participating in the game, they are setting the rules, envisioning future learning landscapes, and aligning L&D goals with the overarching ambitions of the entire organization. Simply put, they oversee the strategies and make sure the department's goals align perfectly with the company's big picture. I'm curious, where are you on this map right now? And what is the career path you think would be best for you? Let us know in the comments down below. Okay, lastly, let's talk about how do you level up from one band to another. First things first, you gotta have the skills for the role you want to move to. We've got a super handy competency inventory template on our website to help you figure out what you need. Just click the link below to grab it. Next up, polish that personal brand of yours. We dive deep into that in another video, so check it out right here. Now, you're gonna need a killer resume before you can chase after your dream role. Good news, we've got a resume audit checklist ready for you at the L&D Academy's website. Hit up the link below to download it. Lastly, nailing the interview is key. If you think a one-on-one session would help, I'm here for a private consultation. You can find more details in the description. Or maybe just chat with a buddy who'll give it to you straight. Either way, take the time to prepare, to rehearse, and to set yourself up for success. All right, that about wraps it up on our map. You can download it for free from our website. Just go to thelndacademy.com/map. And if you want to stay updated with more L&D insights and tips, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.